Hello and welcome to FinextraTV. I'm Alex Lippic and you join us at the Temenos Community Forum 2024 here in Dublin. And I'm delighted to be joined by Robert Wint of Temenos and also Lorenzo Villa of Credem. Thank you gentlemen very much for talking with me today. Rob, if I can come to you first, if you could kindly set the scene for us, tell us kind of where we are at the moment, what you're seeing as the key trends, particularly within the retail banking market.
Sure, I think there are many. The big trends that we really seeing at the moment, and I'm specifically going to talk a little bit about the digital side, I think.
Sure.
But the open banking, from being a hype and a buzzword for many years, is starting to become reality.
Yeah.
For many organisations, and we've seen that in many data points where things like 90% of payments have increased using open banking year on year from some data last year. So it's really becoming tangible for the consumers. Sure. in the banking space. So that's kind of one point that we're seeing really becoming more mainstream. Mm-hmm. Second point I would say is an aspiration for a lot of our clients and things we're trying to deliver, but it's what I loosely bracket as financial wellness. Mm-hmm. So this is around how do we enable our clients with technology, or our clients deliver solutions to their customers that allow them to kind of understand more of their customers' needs and issues, and to make sure they're managing their money better effectively. So that's kind of a second piece. Linked a little bit to open banking is the whole premise of openness and ecosystems and whether you want to take that into more broadly, but it is now about our customers providing the technology that's starting to enable more and more features and capability, some of it from different points of the jigsaw, and just collate it together into a broader ecosystem of banking capability. And the last one, which you can't get away from, everybody drops the buzzword in, but is GenAI. What's that going to mean in the banking space, and how can you practically use that? Is another key topic that's just gaining more and more momentum on an ongoing basis. So that's kind of what we're seeing from a very much more holistic Temenos view. There are many others for different markets within the retail space, but I don't know, Lorenzo, do you see similar things in Italy or different ones?
Yeah, so consider that from my experience, for the experience of Credem, what we are seeing is that all the services that are provided through digital channel are increasing. Mm-hmm. Customers like to do things through the mobile application, especially. Consider that the 95% of overall transactions in Credem are done through a digital channel, and the majority of them are done through the mobile application. So this means that already now, and we are the average of the market, we are not an outlier in this. The majority of customers loves to transact using a digital channel, and this is very different from the past. This is one just one example.
That's brought me wonderfully onto the next point, and you mentioned obviously new technologies, Rob. So these new channels that you were briefly speaking about, Lorenzo, such as the new mobile applications as well, how have they helped to improve and drive customer engagement, would you say?
Consider that for us, the mobile application is the most powerful point of contact that the bank has to reach the customer, because everyone has a mobile phone in the pocket.
Sure, yeah.
And so this is very powerful. I was looking to the number of these first 3 months, and more than 30% of overall new retail customer has been done through a digital onboarding process.
Right.
And the majority of them have used the mobile phone. So this means that the customers are engaged. What we are trying to do is to continue to push them, to offer them new service. Rob, you mentioned about the financial wellness.
Yeah.
What we think and what we believe is that we are trying to offer through the mobile app also different kind of service that are not pretty financial, we try to launch a service that is called Virtual Hospital that gives to the customer the opportunity to schedule an appointment with a doctor and so on. And you see it in your mobile app.
And you mentioned everyone has a mobile, very true. So that technology that we've spoken briefly about and these new channels as well, how are you making that overall experience seamless?
There are different ways to do this. From the technical side, we try to keep the same backend processes because you have different channels. You have the internet banking, you have the mobile banking, you can go to the branch. But if you are able to keep the same process on the back, you can offer the same experience. It's not always possible because we try to do this, but sometimes it's not feasible. And in that case, we change our strategy, and the idea is to say, at least for all the digital channel, we try to do only one thing. I've talked about the onboarding process, it's the same for the digital lending. The process is the same if you use it through the mobile app or from your desktop. And to complete the experience, we love to say that we want to keep the human in touch with the customer.
Sure, yeah.
So the customer is never alone because something can go wrong, and so when something goes wrong, it's never a good experience. And so we have to be ready to have someone that help you. And how to reach this? Staffing a dedicated team for the support. We have launched our what we call virtual branches. We have our support team, and now we are building new communication channel to make it easier for the customer to be in touch with the support.
Thank you very much for that insight. It's great to know that you have support just at the fingertip. That's what everybody wants. Rob, if I could just come to you, if I may. SaaS, it's an important topic, big theme, especially at this year's event. How is SaaS helping banks to really, drive that kind of digital experience overall? How would you say?
So I think again, there's a bit multifaceted really. The experience that Lorenzo's team deliver, through their channel solution, and being able to do it through the cloud in a SaaS environment. Really, kind of one key focus there is scalability. Sure. So being able to manage the peaks and troughs on an ongoing basis of how people engage. I know from conversations with Lorenzo before, there's a big peak on certain times of the day and certain times of the week, and certainly payday I think was a big focus for you guys. So the SaaS environments is starting to allow organizations to scale up and down without having to have that infrastructure in place all the same time. Now, does that impact the customer? Well, ultimately it does, because they can do what they need to do, transact when they need to go transact, with a confidence that know that it's going to go work. So that's kind of one ultimate, not necessarily a tangible look and feel experience, but a kind of a non-functional experience that things are going to go work and scale. And I think from the bank standpoint, it is around getting capability to market quickly. Sure. And being able to deliver the new functions, new features that are needed for the customers, but to get that out with confidence out to the market in a rapid way. So those are kind of two key bits that we certainly see, I think, from the SaaS basis.
Interesting, positive note as well, I think, to end on. Lorenzo, Rob, thank you both very much for joining us. We'll let you get back to the busy event, but thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you both.
Thank you.